Okay, so I'm not too sure if this is recording or not, but I'm going to show you folks how to make a character on Morrowind. Why am I going to do this? Well, because this game is not going to hold your damn hand and act like, hi, I'm a modern video game that tells you how to do everything and then sends you on your way. No, it just goes, hey, by the way, this is a dagger. Alright, go on. Okay, so first things first.
Stand up. There you
name
go.
yourself, all that good stuff.
You were dreaming.
Go over the rest of the stuff
What's
later.
your name?
Quick PSA, the combat system in Morrowind is completely different to any other game modern-wise because it's based on RNG.
I heard them say
it's meant to replicate
Morrowind.
Dungeons and
I'm
Dragons,
sure
so
they'll let
every
us
hit
go.
is a random dice roll rolled on the computer. So whenever you're hitting
Quiet.
something and you can't hit it,
comes
that's
the
because you
gun.
don't have a high enough version of that skill to hit it with.
Come with me.
So for example, if you're trying to hit something with a spear and your spear skill sucks, you're not going to hit it with a spear because your spear skill is 5 and you have a 5 in 100 chance of hitting with it. So if your spear skill is now 30, then you have a 30 in 100 chance of hitting it and you'll actually hit the thing if it works. It also depends on the level, how much armor the thing has, different stuff like that too, but still. Okay, first thing, whenever you
down to the dock,
first
I'll
get
show
in
you to
here,
the census office.
go to options and controls. Change your activate control to E and your jump to spacebar. They will actually be swapped to make it like any other game.
You finally
I'm gonna talk
arrived,
to this
but
guy
our
and
records
pick a
don't show
race.
from where.
Okay, so quick little things about races. So whenever you pick a race, you pick any of these races. It does not matter at all whatsoever which one you pick. You'll see skill bonuses on the side. So alchemy 5, athletics 15. The highest skill bonus you can have is 15. So if you see anybody with a 15, they have the highest bonus in that. So for example, Kashyyyks have the highest acrobatics with a 15. Your red guards have a high long blade. Now if it's 15, you will start out with a very, very high number in that skill. I'm going to make a couple build videos later on, but this is just for basics, so I'm also going to teach how to make a build. I'm going to run through really quickly what these races are all good at, and also, yes, male and female does matter. I'll get to that. So, Argonians are really good thieves. They also make pretty decent warriors. They're very good with spears, and they're very agile. So, don't think of, like, giant dude that walks in with massive amounts of armor on. Now, think like the shifty type of fighter. Bretons are really good mages. They're also really good at fighting. They make really good battle mages, like a paladin. Dark elves are good at everything. They're best at magic, so they make really good spell swords and really good, like, nightblade thieves. And they also make pretty decent full-on magic casters. High elves are the best full-on magic casters. If you can't see, they have literally all magic skills here. Imperials are very good warriors. They also are very good at talking. They make decent thieves as well, because they're good with light armor and hand-to-hand. Hand-to-hand's very hard. It's your first time playing a hand, then you don't use it. Kashyyyks are, well, they're the best thief in the world, really, except for one. I'll get to that. Nords, well, I mean, you're a giant Viking, so what do you think you're good at? You're a big barbarian with an axe. Yep, that's what you're good at. Orcs, same deal, really. Big barbarian. Red guards are like knights. That's pretty much about it. They're just knights. They're really good fighters. And what else are another decent thief? For all extensive purposes for this, I'm just going to go ahead and pick a, I guess, Imperial. I'll pick a Dark Elf.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit
And you
right
can
in.
customize your character.
Follow
You
me
can
up to
customize
the
it as
office
an
and they'll
option.
finish your release.
So there's like 5 faces to pick from to have another game. Anyway.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're
Okay, so you're
officially
gonna walk in and
released.
talk to
There are a few
Secutius,
ways we
whatever
can do
his
this,
name
and the
is, I
choice
really don't
is
know.
yours.
And, okay, so here's how these options work. You can either answer questions and generate a class. This just gives you a couple questions and it gives you a class afterwards. This is pick from a class list. This is create your own class. I would recommend always creating your own class because the classes in this game aren't bad and it's, unlike Oblivion, very forgiving in the way it works. Okay, so this is your specialization. Now, whenever you specialize in something, it gives you a few extra points in the skills with that class. You have two different things. You have skills and attributes. These are your attributes. Attributes govern skills. So the higher you are, so like let's say for example alchemy, which is governed by intelligence. If you have a higher intelligence, the better you will be at alchemy because it's a governing skill. Same thing with like, say something has a governing skill, willpower. The higher your willpower, the better you are at that thing. Now with attributes, your skill cannot go higher than your attributes. So if your intelligence is 68, and your destruction, which is governed by your intelligence, right? Or let's just go back to alchemy. Say your alchemy is 68, and you're trying to get it to 69. You cannot get it to 69 until your intelligence is 69. So, pick your specialization, doesn't really matter, and then just go ahead and pick a build. It's really whatever you want. I'll make a couple build videos later on, but for now, I'm just going to pick from the class list. I'm going to pick Assassin because it's actually a decent build, honestly. Yeah, I'll just go with Assassin. It doesn't really matter.
Very good.
Anyway.
The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign.
Okay, so whenever you
And
come up
what
with
would
this,
that
these
be?
signs. Okay, so birth signs give you different extra effects. So like for example, the Atronach gives you a bunch of magicka, and it gives you spell absorption by 50 points, but your magicka never regenerates. Now, in order to regenerate magicka in this game, you need to rest, and it will regenerate whenever you hit the rest button. But then you have stuff like the Lady that gives you a plus 25 personality, plus 25 intelligence. You have this type of stuff, right? Like this gives you the Lover's Kiss, which this is a ability on target. Damages your fatigue for 200 points, but it gives a 60-second paralysis. Yeah, so there's a couple good ones. The ones I like to mention are the Lady for anybody who wants to play a warrior, the Atronach for anybody who wants to play a mage, and the Lover, which is the one I just picked,
Now,
which is the
before
one
I
that gives you
stamp
the
these papers, make
Lover's
sure
Kiss
this
that
information
paralyzes
is
things.
correct.
For anybody who wants to play like a thief. Since this character is kind of built like a thief, I picked that. Now if you look, see, I have 65 agility. The highest you can start out with something with is 85, so if I swap to an Argonian, I would now have, I have 75. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now the reason why I have 75 is because if I go over down here to fill out the forms myself, and I pick agility down here as a favorite attribute, I'll get plus 10 in that. So now I'll have another plus 10 agility. If I go back, 85 agility. So anyway, Argonians make very good spearmen. I'll show you a really good build for them. But anyway,
Show your papers to the
okay,
captain
so after
when
you're done making your
I
character,
see
pick
these
this paper up on the desk. It's going to give you a little tutorial about the menus. Then, alright, this is what Bethesda calls the tutorial area. Now in the tutorial area, things don't work like they do in the normal game. So I can walk over here, see all this stuff on this, there's a bunch of bottles and stuff, yeah. So you're going to want to go into your inventory. If you're on PC, you're going to go ahead and right click. Then you're going to take all of this stuff, like so. Now if you're on console, this takes a lot longer, so I recommend just taking this limeware platter. But you want to pick it up. The guards are going to yell at you. Whenever they try to yell at you, you're going to drop it on the ground. Don't hold it in your inventory. Pick up all this stuff and drop it on the ground. If you see that little symbol my mouse is making, it means it's going to drop underneath of me. You don't see that symbol, it's going to go right now.
You take me for a fool. You take me for a fool. You take me for a fool. You take me
Okay,
for
now
a
the guards will
Continue
come over
through
and
to
say,
the
hey,
next
don't do
building and
that.
talk
When
to
you get out, you can be
Celestronis.
arrested. Well, now I can just walk down and take it all anyway. And as you can see now, nobody cares at all. So now that I have all that stuff, you're going to walk down here. You're going to walk down here first. Go in here. Take everything out of all these sacks. There's 3 here. 3 sacks here. 2 sacks here. Basket. Basket. Take everything out. Now, the amount of money you'll get after this will vary depending on whether or not you get expensive stuff in those sacks. It is random. I'm not really getting lucky this time right now. But regardless, books. Everything off this shelf, just like you did the other one. Everything goes off the shelf. Everything. Okay, now, as I said, so see how my characters go with Longblade and Spear at the bottom? Yeah, so if by the way, these are your skills that matter, your minor and major. Your miss skills don't really matter. What they do is so whenever you level up, you get to pick from 1 to 5 to level your attributes, depending on how many skills you level with that governing attribute. So if I level up my blunt skill multiple times, it will give me a plus in strength, and if I level it up about 10 times, I believe it is, then it'll be strength plus 5. If I don't level up anything that has to do with strength, my strength will get a plus 1 whenever I level up. If I decide to level my strength, you get to level up 3 per. So you want to try to get 3 of these to a plus 5. So if you see down here how I have long blade, axe, spear, yes, I'll be decent with all those things. But if I go over here and I pick up this dagger and I go try to hit something, then I'll get what I like to call the Morrowind effect, and I'll say, oh my god, I can't hit it even though I'm physically hitting it on the screen. Why can I not kill it? And yeah, that's because you don't have short blade as a skill and you suck with it, so your character's going to sit there and not know how to swing a dagger and not be able to hit anything. Okay, so there's a lockpick on that table. You want to grab that and you want to pick this lock. Once you pick this lock, then you're going to walk out here. Alright, now, this is just the starting guide on how to start. So I'm going to show where to get a bunch of money and or decent armor, and if you want the armor, then where to get
Your
good money.
papers, please.
Armor I'm going to show you how to get is medium armor. It's actually one of the best in the game. It's orcish armor. It's almost a full set. So if you... Oh, I didn't even talk to him. So you're going to go out here, you're going to talk to this guy. You're going to talk to him about what you're supposed to do. He's going to give you the main quest. No spoilers. I'm not going to let you read that. Regardless, he tells you to go talk to a guy named Caius Custodis in Valmora. I'll show you where he's at. And he also gives you a package. So you're going to walk out here. Now, if you looked at me in there, I picked open a barrel and I grabbed a ring out of it. That ring is a ring of engraved healing. It's enchanted. Give it to Fargoth. You're going to get it back. Talk to this guy. He's literally the first guy you'll see. Give it to him. Now what that does is, if you look, he says he's going to tell his friend Aurelie at the trade house that, you know, he likes you. So you're going to go over here to the trade house now. And we're going to go talk to his friend. Now that he likes you, the more a vendor likes you, the more money they'll give you for your things. So now you're going to sell literally every single thing that you just picked out of that thing to Aurelie. Now the only things you're not going to sell are the directions to Caius Custodis and the package for Caius Custodis. Sell everything else. Alright, so I made, all said and done, 647 gold, and now, because it's the thing I'm best with, I'm going to go ahead and buy a spear, I'm going to go ahead and buy this iron halberd, and then I made 609, which is not too bad. Now, I'm going to go above and beyond and show you how to make a ton of gold before you even leave the first town. So, walk out of the trade house over there, walk this way to that tree over there, right there. I would recommend you try to stay out of the water a bit. If you pick Alteration as a major skill, you'll have a water walking spell to start the game with that you can use. This is why it sits there out of the water. There's salt and fish in the water. You're going to walk up here, go over here to this dead guy, and take, honestly, just take everything else. If you press Dispose of Corpse, it gets rid of their corpses, and it actually gives you everything they have. So it's the same thing as Take All. The only difference is Take All, so his corpse is still there. I click Dispose of Corpse. It'll say I can't remove that corpse, but because he's part of the quest, we're going to do it. But yeah, we'll wear his outfit because it's way nicer than ours. And you're going to go this way. Now also, whenever you're playing Morrowind, always remember to save your game a lot, because this is a tutorial, but it does not really have autosave unless you rest. So unless you physically sit there and, like, rest, it won't save. Okay, anyway, hold on, give me 1 second. Go over and kill this mud crab. Being attacked by mud crabs. Okay, are you done? There's still an enemy nearby? What enemy? Okay. I no longer care. Alright, anyway, so now we're going to go back to the trade house. Do not spend that gold that you just got off that guy. He had 200 gold on him. Do not spend it. Go into the trade house. See why. We're going to turn that 200 gold into 500 gold. Okay, now, you're going to walk upstairs in the trade house. You're going to talk to this Nord. You're going to talk to him about recovering gold and finding Gorgoth's hiding place. Say you'll do it, and then leave. We're never going to talk to that guy ever again for as long as the game goes, because he just takes 100 gold from you, and there's no reason to talk to him. He doesn't do anything else.
I'm waiting.
Now, we're going to go in here, and we're going to go talk to the guy we just made our character with. This Circusius guy. We're going to talk to him about Processius Ventilius, and we're going to give him that 200 gold, and then we're going to go find his murderer. Okay, now, whenever you're trying to catch a thief, go down here. Like I said, I will show how to make a build in a future video. Regardless, this guy is the murderer. Talk to him about the murder and tell him that it's no excuse for murder and that his fate has been decided, and then we're going to have to fight him. Now, if you don't have any, like I do, if you don't have any amount of stamina, you want to run away from him for a second, go outside, wait an hour, and then come back in and fight him. So the way that hand-to-hand works in this game is that you have 2 health bars. You have to get rid of their fatigue bars to the green bar, and then their health bar. So if you don't have any stamina, he'll keep knocking you over and then killing you. You don't have stamina to fight him, but it's pretty easy to fight. Take that ring, walk out. Okay, so now that he's done for, then we're going to go in here. And, okay, quick little thing. If you are playing a character that uses axes, and you jump down here into this stump, oh, I missed it. I missed it. Maybe. No, I can't. So you're going to want to run up this rock, jump over here, and you crouch. Iron shard axe. Decent axe to start the game out with. And also this stump. This cup and some gold. Now we're going to head in here, we're going to talk to her. Okay, so she was apparently dating this guy that you just, you know, solved his murder. Alright, give her his ring. It's worth $200, but give it to her because she will give you 2 very valuable things. Health potions. 2 of them. Walk up here. Alright, now, we're going to wait until midnight. So whatever time it is, wait till midnight. For me, that would be 11 hours. Wait till midnight. You're going to look out here, you're going to look at Bargoth. He's over there, so he's sneaking. Watch him until he sneaks over to that tree stump there. Once he leaves the pond, we're going to go down there, and we're going to go find him. Okay, I don't know why he's walking all the way over here. I know exactly where he's going. Come on. Come on. Okay. Now, once Mr. Man makes it over there... Oh my god. Come on, man. Okay, so while you're waiting for Fargoth to walk around like an old grandma into this thing, all you gotta do is just watch him put it in there. That's it. Okay, now that he's in there, wait till he turns around. Alright, now that he's turned around, walk out. Walk down here. Walk out. And now we're gonna go over there to the stump, and that's his hiding place. So,
speak quickly, Outlander.
now we're going to go over here. There's your ring of great healing back. There's 300 gold, and there is a journeyman's lockbook. So never mind, that guy actually takes 200 gold from you, not 300. Okay, so not 100. I'm sorry. Anyway, so now we're going to go in here. We're going to talk to this guy, and now we have officially made another 800 gold because he's going to give us 500 gold, as you can see there. And now that we have 500 gold, oh yes, and by the way, all the NPCs, they do talk a little bit as you're seeing, but they don't talk often, you do have to read a lot. Now, in a future video, I will teach you how to steal everything out of this place very early on. Okay, anyway, now you're going to go over here. Okay, so this is very, very, very important. Now, if you go that way, you'll find a guy who will fall out of the sky and he'll give you a cool hat and a sword. I'm not going to show you that right now. I'll show you that later in my mage build video. Now, if you come up here, this giant alien-looking walker thing is called a Silt Strider.
Why walk when you
Looks like
can
a praying
ride?
mantis mixed with a beetle. Anyway, talk to this lady and go to Balmoral. Now, if you look, you now have 1,544 gold before even leaving the first town. And now you're in the main hub city. If you ever played Skyrim, this is your Whiterun. You ever played Fallout 3, this is your Megaton. Main base city. Everybody goes to. Okay, so how to get that armor. So if you like medium armor, which my character has it on there, this is some of really good medium armor. I'll teach you how to get heavy armor in my fighter video and light armor in my thief video. I'll also teach you how to get a very good robe and a very good spell to armor yourself if you're unarmored, or even really good medium armor that's even better
What
than what I'm about to
assistance
show
do
you.
you need?
Okay, so you're going to go into the Mage's Guild. You're going to walk all the way downstairs, and you're going to talk to this lady. I just did this. Caldera, go to Mages, is where you're going. Once you get here, there's two things we're going to do here. You're going to open this. You're going to walk up these stairs. This is something that you're going to need. Alchemy is completely broken in this game. If you want a full Master's Alchemy set, it is right here. This is the whole entire set and a couple of ingredients. I will be showing you that in a video I have about alchemy. We'll probably call it How to Wizard, or How to Do Alchemy. Something of that nature. Regardless, down here, you got this. There's a trader in here. This guy, if you have the adamantine armor plug-in, he will sell adamantine armor. I do not have it, so he will not. But I personally think that mod is overpowered. But yeah, if you are using an archer, this guy always has a decent bow. He's got a steel bow on it. He's one of the only people that has that. I will show you how to get a better bow later, but regardless. Okay, now. We're going to walk into this place. It's called Gorok Manor. Now, if you want to know where we came from, just to show you. The Mage's Guild is up there in the corner. It's that building with the steeple. If you walk into this building, there is a one down here, and then there's an entrance over where I just walked across. Walk upstairs, and you'll see a scan.
Say your business.
Now, you're going to walk up these steps by Creeper, and open this box over here in the corner, and you will see a partial full set of Orcish armor. You have the pauldrons and the greaves. So you're missing the gloves, the boots, and yeah, that's about it. So if you are a beast race, you actually cannot wear helmets that are not open face. So if there's a closed face helmet, you can't wear it, and you also can't wear boots. So if you are playing an Argonian like me, this is actually pretty much a full suit of armor. Now, as you see, I took this, and this guy doesn't care. So yeah, you can take literally anything out of here. I recommend you search every single box, because sometimes there's some decent stuff. Go down here and talk to Creeper. And if you see he has 5,000 gold to sell with, you're going to sell everything but the cuirass first. Then you're going to wait 24 hours.
Say your
And
words.
then he will replenish his money, and then you're going to sell the cuirass. And anything else you're not using right now that he'll buy from you at least. I'm just going to sell the shard axe. And there you go. Now, you have made 8,111 gold, which is good enough to go buy yourself something. So I'm going to go show you where to buy a decent weapon, and where to buy a decent set of armor if you don't like that one. And I'll also go ahead and throw in where to get a decent,
My kind
really,
of
really
precious
good end-game level sword off the wrist.
To match love.
Okay, so as far as armor goes, we can go to Balmoral
Yes.
and buy some decent armor. Now, this is the Mages Guild. If you want to join the Mages Guild, you can go up here and talk to this woman right here.
Someone watching me. I can tell.
We'll have you join the Mages Guild. Now, in Morrowind, you can join any guild by just talking to them and clicking yes. Now, in Morrowind, each guild has governing skills. So if you go down here and you look at your faction, it says favorite skills. So in order to level up, see how it says need 1 at 10? So you would need one of their skills at 10, which means unlike other Bethesda games, Skyrim, you cannot go and be the greatest mage in the world without ever casting a spell and saying, ha hee hee, I am better than you because I'm a mage, quote unquote. I've never cast a spell in my life. Yeah, you can't do that in this game. So you gotta actually cast a spell to be a mage. Alright, so if you walk in here and you talk to this trader, his name's Revere. You just saw where I went. I kind of walked up above the Fighters Guild, but the Fighters Guild is right next to the Mages Guild. I always walk that way for some reason, but he's just to the right of the Mages Guild. He sells these weapons here, Devil, Demon. Alright, anything with Demon or Fiend, you won't be able to buy. So this Fiend Katana is 9,000. But this Fiend Tonto is 3,000. But anything with Devil or Demon you can buy. So in our case, we're going to buy a spear. Why? Because, I'll show you what the spear does. So a Devil Spear, just a little iron spear.
It has no time.
But it gives you a spell down here in your magic items. Whenever you ready your magic, which is Y on console, and it's defaultly Y on console. If you want to change your jump to Y, then you should change that to right trigger. Or it's R on PC, and you cast it. This is now a bound spear, which is actually just a Daedric spear. It does the same amount of damage, the same stuff. Now, whenever you're attacking in Morrowind, if you don't see here, chop, slash. Yeah, so that's the way that you are moving. We'll do a chomp, a slash, a thrust. So thrust is always walk backwards, or you can turn on this setting in here. There's a setting in, I believe it is preferences. It is. Always use best attack. Turn this on, and it will always use the attack that does the most damage. See how I'm always thrusting? Yep. Anyway, so there is a very good spear to start out with, and I'm going to go show you where a really good sword is. I'm going to go show you where Caius Casades' house is. And then the rest will all be in a tutorial video I'm going to make that will show you how to become overpowered at level 1, no matter what class you make. And I'll make some build videos. Okay, so if you come up here, and you go in here, this is Caius Casades' house right here. It's all the way in the back corner of Balmora. But from his house, if you walk down here, turn up here into this guard tower. Now, I'm going to save. I'm just going to have autosave. Now, whenever you get in here, save. Walk up here. This is an endgame level sword called the Sword of White Bow. Rain health 1 to 10 points for 30 seconds. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. It's almost 300 damage. So you have a problem here. There's a guard standing here. He sees you, he'll arrest you. So what we're going to do, in order to not have him arrest us, is we are going to come over here, take something off this shelf. Oh, he needs to see it.
Quite enough.
Right, now we're going to run down the stairs as fast as humanly possible. Run down the stairs, pay him the gold, and then the second you pay him the gold, try to get past him, run back up the stairs, and grab the sword. It's too late, but yeah, that's how you do it. Let's try not to be too late, but yep, and that is a nice start guide for Morrowind. And yeah, I'll make a couple other videos on builds, and I'll make a video on how to get completely overpowered, and I'll make a video on alchemy and enchanting. Alright, for now, see you guys.